Hey, it's Donut, and I briefly want to go over some of the things that you may want to consider bringing with you to your first pre release event from a beginner's perspective. Starting off are sleeves. I bought a dedicated set of sleeves that I'll be using for all future pre release events, and these are used for your created deck as well as for any big hits you may pull from your pre release kit and you want to keep them protected. Secondly, is going to be a set of D6s. Chessex makes a pretty cheap set of D6s that can be used for +1/+1 counters or any other counter you might need. If you aren't too sure if Magic is something long term for you and you're just dipping your toe into the waters, you can possibly borrow some from a friend who does play, or if you happen to have any board games around your home, swipe those for a quick fix. Next is a playmat. Again, if you have a friend who plays, very likely they will have a spare, but I cannot stress how pleasant it is to play on a playmat, as well as how it helps you keep your area organized. Following that is going to be a backpack or at minimum any sort of bag. Literally there to help assist you with keeping all your things together, as well as a small layer of personal security in my opinion. Next up, we have a deck box. While the pre-release kit is a box in itself, nothing replaces a proper deck box. These can be bought for really cheap if you need one just to knock around, just for the pre-release events. And lastly is going to be a way to track your life. In my experience, we just used phone apps, but a spin down D20, pen and paper, or any other way to be able to keep track is needed. If you plan to use your phone, please consider bringing a wall charger or even better, a portable one. Last thing you want is for your phone to die mid-match. An optional thing to consider is bringing your own lands. Typically, your local game store will have a station set up to let you borrow lands as well as tokens to build your decks. However, if you already know Magic's going to be a long-term thing for you, it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and buy a land station. You get a ton of lands for the price. However, if you are a beginner and you're still not sure if Magic's for you, your local game store has you covered. While some may see this as optional, I see it as mandatory, but bringing a reusable water bottle is necessary. These are 3+ hour events and you don't want to be stuck there just not with nothing to drink and your throat's just dried up and you're dying and coughing. You want to be hydrated. One thing that is not optional, however, is the practice of good hygiene. Wearing deodorant, some mouthwash, and even a shower will be welcomed by all the people at the event. You really don't want to be that person, I promise you. And the last thing that I would suggest bringing is a friend. Sharing the fun is always better than by yourself, and it can help ease any social anxiety you may face, like I did. However, that's all the tips I have right now for a pre-release event. I plan on doing another one to kind of maybe shed some light on some other things you may not think about, but is there anything I missed? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see y'all next time.